All right, welcome into another edition of the Back Porch Sports Report with your old buddy Willie Lee here on my back porch. And I've got a buddy with me today. This is Jeffrey. Hey, Jeff.
Hey Willie, how you doing, buddy? I appreciate you having me on here. It looks awesome in here.
Well, thank you so much. My back porch, I've done a lot of work with it. This is basically where the wife will let me play radio and play podcasts. So
I heard that.
I just got to take what she'll give me. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
All right. I brought you in today. You're actually my first co-host, special guest, whatever you want to call it. So,
Oh, I'm honored.
thanks for joining me. And we're going to talk about college football today because, because we're getting into bowl season. That starts actually on Friday, which will be tomorrow, actually. Bowl games are going to start. I think there's like 43 games set to happen over the next couple of months. So it's a great time to have a special episode where we just talk about the predictions. We're going to talk about our predictions about these games, where they're played, where you can watch them, all that sort of stuff, and just kind of go from there and then just kind of have some fun with it. And before we get too deep into it, I want to let you know that if you're interested in our show or if you've got some friends that you might want to check out the show, we are on Spreaker. Of course, that's where we're recording this from. That's kind of like our home base. We're also on Google Podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on Dreezer. We are also on Podchaser and Podcast Addicts as well. So lots of different ways to hear us. You can also get involved with the show if you'd like to comment on it or anything like that. We do take emails. cwcpodcast@mail.com. We also are on Twitter, or I'm on Twitter. You can use mine. It's at WSIP Willie. That's WSIP WILLIE. That's the Twitter account. Basically use it just for this because I really don't understand Twitter. I just know it's something that everybody uses, so that's what I'm using. Do you use Twitter?
Sometimes. Just for games.
Do you have a Twitter handle that you want to give?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. So you don't use it very much.
No.
We are also on Facebook. That's a great way to get a hold of us. Just search for that. It's 4 words, Back Porch Sports Report. Put that in your search bar, and it will come up with a picture of a rocking chair sitting on a porch with red letters and things like that. You can follow us there and comment on anything sports-related stuff like breaking news and things like that. Also, some funny things are on there as well.
So speaking of the rocking chair, Willie, is this the chair I'm sitting in?
It could be. It could be. Just be careful. It kind of leans to the left,
Oh, I heard that.
We've done all that. We've got all that out of the way. Let's talk some college football. Excuse me. Football. All right. The first game for the college football bowl season is the Bahamas Bowl. It's on Friday, December the 17th. It's at 12 noon. So feature the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders versus the Toledo Rockets. Okay.
I'm going with the Blue Raiders on this one, Willie.
The Blue Raiders. I didn't even get to the spread or anything, and he's going with Middle Tennessee. Why is that?
I don't know. I just like the name.
You like the name. Okay. All right. Well, the spread for this one actually is Toledo favored by 10 points. So, I'll be honest with you. I don't know much about either one of these teams. So I'm going to go against you just because I don't want to start with an underdog right off the bat. So I'm going to take Toledo.
Underdog kind of guy, buddy.
All right. But I'm going to go with Toledo in this one. This is going to be, of course, in Nassau, Bahamas. Man, I would hate to be in this bowl, wouldn't you? This is going to be on ESPN, of course, so you can check that game out. And, of course, one of the lesser-known bowls, of course. Another bowl that is obscure in name is the Cure Bowl. I've never heard of this one. It is also on Friday, that is tomorrow, at 6 p.m. It's going to feature the Northern Illinois Huskies taking on the Coastal Carolina, I love this one, the Chanticleers. And this is going to be at Expedia Stadium in Orlando, Florida. I said at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. The current spread is 10.5 points to the Chanticleers.
I'm going with the Coastal Carolina.
The Coastal Carolina Chanticleers? I think so, too. That was a team that played well earlier this year. I think they actually were ranked for part of the season and kind of stumbled down the stretch. So I think they're more talented. They have a 10-2 record against Northern Illinois. They're 9-4. I know they played different competition, but Coastal Carolina was set to make some noise a little bit, and they, of course, when one of those small teams fumbles and they lose a couple of games or a game, it's over for them.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's not fair.
Yeah, is it fair?
I just seem like it's almost unfair.
But
then again, you got to look at the strength of schedule.
And I'm sure that's what everybody looks at, and of course that's what they look at. But I mean, it just shows me that these teams like that don't have a chance.
Yeah, it's almost like what was it, a few years ago? It might have been longer than a few years ago, but Hawaii, for example.
Yeah, you went back a few years for that one. Yeah, Hawaii, they had, but now they made it into a pretty good bowl, and then didn't they get thumped or something?
Yeah, they got thumped.
Yeah, so that may be, and that's probably what they fear is going to happen with some of these teams. But it doesn't even matter with the Chanticleers because they did lose 2, so they fell pretty hard. Okay, next up we have the Boca Raton Bowl. This is on Saturday, December the 18th at 11 a.m. That's got one of those weird start times, 11 a.m. It's in the FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, on ESPN. It's going to feature a couple of fairly local teams for us here, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers and the Appalachian State Mountaineers.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, and the spread is close on this one.
Oh, what's the spread, Will?
3 points favorite are Appalachian State.
No way. I'm going Western Kentucky on this one.
Well, let's see. Let's take a look at the matchup here, if I can pull it up here. The Hilltoppers are 8-5 this season. Appalachian State is 10-3. So
Western Kentucky all the way, buddy.
You're going to go with the Toppers, huh?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to go with you on this one. Something I know that Appalachian State, they play good in big games, but it just seems like if they're playing like competition that's equal to them, it's kind of a toss-up. So I'm going to go with Western Kentucky with you on this one, I think.
Good choice.
Next up, we have the New Mexico Bowl. Well, this one is going to feature the Texas El Paso Miners, the UTEP Miners, taking on the Fresno State Bulldogs. Of course, this is in Dreamstyle Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's going to be at 2:15 on Saturday on ESPN. The spread is 11.5 points to Fresno State.
That's who I was going to go with.
I think so, too. I think that team is just...
We just better hope they don't take a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
And maybe a left in Missoula or something?
Yeah.
That was good. That's good. And if you're younger and you're listening to us, you have no idea what we're talking about. But that's a Looney Tunes reference for everybody else.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah. All right, moving on to the Independence Bowl on Saturday at 3:30. This is being played at Independence Stadium in Shreveport, Louisiana. I said at 3:30. On ABC, it's going to feature the UAB Blazers versus the Brigham Young Cougars. And the spread is 7 points to the Cougars.
I don't know. Just because I'm in the underdog spirit, I'm going to go with the other team.
You're going to go with the Blazers, huh?
I'm going to go with the Blazers.
The UAB Blazers. I am going to totally disagree with you on this one. Because
don't ask me why.
I stay up late here, and I watch a lot of Pac-12, West Coast football.
Uh-huh.
And BYU's got a pretty good team, so I'm going to go with BYU on that. I'm not going to follow your underdog spirit, but that's okay. You can have that.
I'm going to say you're right, but I'm just going to go with underdog. I just don't know why.
Okay.
I just got that feeling.
Okay.
It's almost like the Michigan-Ohio State game when we talked that one time.
Yeah, we went back and forth on that, and he actually got it right, folks. I got that one wrong, but that's another story for another day. Let's move on to the Lending Tree Bowl. This is also on Saturday at 5:45 on ESPN. It's in Ladd Peebles Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. I love reading some of these stadium names.
Some of these stadiums I've not heard of.
Yeah, I know. This is going to feature the Eastern Michigan Eagles against the Liberty Flames. and it is a 9.5-point spread to Liberty.
That's who I was going to pick. Liberty Flames.
Yeah, I think so too. To be honest, I've not seen Eastern Michigan play at all this
I'll
year.
be honest, I've not seen either one.
I saw Liberty play one time early in the season. I saw about half of it, and both teams are 7-5, but they really have identical records across the board. Away, they're 3-3.
So they're about even.
Yeah, 4-2 at home. But I'm just going to say Liberty usually has a talent edge, so that's why I went with Liberty. Let's see. What do we got next? We have the this one is just kind of funny on so many levels. It's the Jimmy Kimmel L.A. Bowl.
What?
Yeah. How important and how much money do you have that you can get your name, not your company's name, but your name on a bowl game? Wow, I didn't know that many people watch Jimmy Kimmel.
I'm speechless. Me neither.
Well, anyway.
I'll be like the dudes from WWE, where Kofi Kingston and them, where they go, who?
Who?
You know?
Yeah. 7:30 on Saturday still at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So it's where the Rams play. On ABC, it's featuring the Utah State Aggies versus the Oregon State Beavers.
I want to go Oregon State. I've seen them play. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, well, they are 7-5 this year, but they played a tough schedule. They were undefeated at home. They did not play well away, but now this is not a traditional away game. It's it's probably about the same distance. Fans probably will be split on this one. Just because I can, I think I want to go Utah State with this one. I don't know why.
You'll be sorry on that one.
I probably will be, but I can't agree with you too much or it gets boring, Yeah. Okay, let's see what we got next. We've got at 9:15 on Saturday, December the 18th. That's this Saturday. We have the New Orleans Bowl, and this is going to be in the Caesars Superdome. Boy, that was a cell phone. Sorry about that, folks. In New Orleans. That's close to your old stomping grounds, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
On ESPN, it's going to feature a really local team, not too far from us, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns.
Oh, you know who I'm rooting for?
You're going with the Herd, aren't you?
No, negative.
No, really?
Yeah. I've watched this other team play at Louisiana.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty tough. They'll
Yeah.
surprise some people.
Well, they're 12-1.
They'll surprise some people.
Let's see what the spread is. I went to the wrong screen here. The spread is 5 points to Louisiana Lafayette. I think I'm going to go with you there. Marshall. Now, if this was 1971,
oh yeah,
I might go the other way. But Marshall, they're not quite what they were.
Lafayette's just an awesome place to live. That's a pretty cool team to watch. If you ever get a chance to watch them. They're very talented.
Do they have good tailgating?
Oh Lord, yes.
Now you can pull my fandom to a team.
You talk about some Southern hospitality.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man, the food.
The food.
Fat Boy loves that kind of food.
We've made it through all the Saturday games. Now we move on to Monday, December the 20th at 2:30. It's going to be the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Do you have any clue where it's going to be?
Dude, I have no idea.
Take a guess.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina?
It's actually in Conway.
Conway?
That may be next to Myrtle Beach, but it's in Conway, South Carolina at Brooks Stadium. I don't know. It's on ESPN. It's going to feature the Old Dominion Monarchs against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane.
Yeah, throwing a trick question on me, didn't you?
I did, didn't I? That was mean. The spread is 9.5 to Tulsa.
Tulsa? I like that. I'll go with Tulsa on that one.
Tulsa, they're both teams are 6-6, so they just barely made it in to bowl eligibility. So it looks like, just looking at the teams,
Does it show who has a better home record?
It does. The home record was Old Dominion was 4-2, 3-3 was Tulsa. On the road, though, 2-4 was Old Dominion. Tulsa was 3-3. So not too much difference. in a game that I'm not sure a lot of people are going to watch. I'm just going to be honest.